Hello, welcome everyone back to Belkinus Necro Hunt Session 9 today. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Yay!
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
We're about to have some more fun in Chester City, but before we start, I wanted to make a couple of announcements. Firstly, apologies for Session 8, the VOD for Session 8 not being up on the YouTube channel. The first time there was a rendering error, and the second time the copyrighted music that I use blocked the video. I was hoping that it wouldn't. I hope that it would just mean that it would be demonetized, which I'm okay with, but it blocked it outright on several countries, so I'm just going to be replacing it with something copyright-free. And Aaron is helping me with that, luckily. And secondly, there will be no Necro Hunt session next week because we've all got other things to do that need tending to. So session 10 will instead return on the 8th, September the 8th. That is when Necro Hunt will return back on schedule. And unfortunately, take another break afterwards, but I'll remind everyone of that when we get there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, apologies. Session.
Since there won't be session next week, people can take the time to sort of recap themselves on what's been going on, because I know I'm going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Catch up if you haven't caught up.
Yeah.
Words are there.
Words.
So yeah, those are the two things. Session 8 will be going up tomorrow when I redo it, and session 10 will not be next week, but the week after on September 8th. And let us go down the line and reintroduce everyone, starting with Shelby. Tell us who you are, what you do, and who you play.
Yeah, hi, my name is Shelby or Whistle. I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories of my D&D experience and draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. I'm also a player over on the Scales Above on Roll for Damage, which is a Rise of Tiamat adjacent game that Aaron also plays in with me. And we'll be playing Luna Icewind, buff, two swords, has a lot of emotional problems right now, lady.
Mm-hmm. And next, Aaron, tell us who you are, what you do, and who you play.
Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm otherwise known as Yarshien. Fun fact, as I understand where Joe is coming from, because a majority of my How to Be an Adventurer episodes are blocked because the Pope hates me. Anyways, I just posted a video on Friday, last Friday, talking about Dragon from a bunch of other stuff, and also I am the Dungeon Master for D6 Dawnright, which is coming to a close in these next couple of weeks. We're not streaming this weekend because I'm moving, and also just a bunch of other fun stuff. I'm going to be playing Enoch, and that's about it. Yep.
Awesome. And next, Cammy, tell us who you are, what you do, and who you play.
Hey guys, my name is Cammy Cat. I am a musician and lyricist. I make Dungeons and Dragons inspired originals, covers, parodies, and whatnot. Basically, whatever I want to do, it goes up on my channel. And I am playing Renee Badeau, who is our lovely half-elf bard.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. And lastly, that is not, you're not supposed to see that. Whoops. Lastly, we have Davy. Tell us who you are, what you do, and who you play.
I hope I get to see whatever you were talking about on the VOD later.
I accidentally
Howdy, how's it going? My name's Davy Chappie, and I teach people how to play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet and sometimes talk about the history of stuff. And today, I'm going to be playing Nathaniel Gainsby, the investigator of Belkinus that has arrived in Chester City.
Banana Man!
Banana Man!
Yeah.
Banana Man!
Sorry. In case those were curious, I was looking through my messages and I was thinking I was about to promote my good friend Puck, Lord of Chaos of the Mercs of Mischief. I don't know if this Kickstarter is still going. It is. Okay, good. 35 days left to go. I wanted to give a shout out to my good friend Puck, who runs the Mercs of Mischief. He's running a Kickstarter for Bag of Goons affordable bulk minis. So, you know, a bunch of minis. He's doing a Kickstarter. It's got 35 days left to go. If you like miniatures for your D&D stuff, he's a good pal and chill, good lad, swell guy. Support this if you like minis. Yeah.
I've never owned minis before, so I would love to get some.
Yeah.
Just don't get too many, because if you move, you have to pack them all.
Oh God.
And
Yeah.
let me tell you, that's a bitch.
I'm here forever.
So now, who would like to do the recap for last session? I think
Is
there's
it my
only one
turn?
left, right?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead, Cammy.
Aha, go Kimmy.
Kick us off.
Do it.
Previously.
On the blacklist.
Narrator voice, let's go. Anyway, previously on Belkinus Necro Hut, our troop had just arrived in the lovely area of Chester City, having been introduced having been introduced first off to someone named Cena, who is not related to John in any way, but is related to Luna. We found out that Cena is actually Luna's mom, and they had some very emotional times. It was very, very emotional. Meanwhile, Nathaniel was at his lovely hotel, just as he always wanted to be because he's fancy as fuck. Met up with the two of his new latest recruits that he and Renee had basically brought into their little group. And so they came over to see him at his hotel room, and we're like, hey, we're kind of doing okay. He's like, cool, I need you to do something for me. And they were like, what? We'll do stuff as long as we get to stay in the group and you don't arrest us. And he was like, yeah, cool. I need you to research this one dude named Enoch Solomon. And while that was happening, Enoch Solomon was at the Church of Erithus, where he met Serene, and Serene was basically like, hey, you want to see your mom? Your dead mom, she's dead. And he went to go to the grave, and then he saw his mom, but he didn't actually see his mom. He got the opportunity where he could have seen his mom, actually, but then he decided not to, and instead decided, I'm going to research Nathaniel Gainsby, and it was very dramatic. Meanwhile, everyone else is being very dramatic and emotional and having a whole bunch of drama happen. Renee had a dance contest and then stopped someone from robbing somebody else. So, shenanigans.
Typical D&D session, you know, 3 people having mental breakdowns and one person just having fun.
Yep. Probably one of the things we're going to do is one of the things that Luna stopped by to go see, which was a magician, Sage Annabelle, who was like, you want to find out about your sword? I need you to find my apprentice. And she was like, word, I got you. So that might be something we're doing.
Yeah, well, I might just be dragging that motherfucker back there to get my sword looked at, you know.
Oh, she's doing it anyway. She just offered a discount if you can help her.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what I remembered.
Yeah.
What I got.
You know, the thing is that Luna could have afforded for it if she had the fucking money.
I mean, I have 100 gold now. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. You're the only poor one here.
Rich police officer mom gave her a bunch of money as sorry for missing all your birthdays gift.
Sorry for missing all your birthdays. Here's $100. Here's $100.
So
You know what, I'll take it. It'll get a good upgrade for my sword. It'll be fine.
now
crisp
I'm going
dollar
to ask if you guys would like to continue. So like you're all kind of still on your separate ways. And I assume at least for a little while you guys still want to continue doing the initiative thing of like going about your
worked-
individual business.
Worked last time.
Yep.
Yeah, until we all end up like in the same spot. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Yeah. All right. So yes, we're going to roll initiative once again.
Okay.
So
You want us to slap tokens down?
yeah,
to
slap
do that?
tokens down so you can add the initiative. Actually, you don't have
remember
to
what happened last
because
time?
remember
Yeah.
when we delete them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
well,
just
there's
go ahead and
just a
roll
little
initiative, and I'll
field
add it
now.
to the initiative order.
Nah, put your token down on your face.
All right. If you, I mean, if you
There it
want,
is.
if you want to.
Oh
I
my
already
God.
rolled, so it's too late.
This is the
Yay!
first roll I've had over a 10 in like 3 days. I'm so happy.
Nice.
The
Yay!
dice have been so angry with me lately.
And
And
all
I
right,
still
well,
go last.
Nathaniel's is going to be there. Okay.
I'm still faster than Nathaniel, though. That's the thing. So,
You are. I'm not a very fast
you?
person.
Not a
not
very
a very
fast person moves fucking 90 feet one turn.
Actually, looking at it, we seem to be the same.
Yeah, you have
speed
the same
generally.
you have the same
15?
bonuses.
Do we have the same? What's our score? Does he have a
That
different?
means y'all gotta.
I'm 15, so
Wait, 15.
Yeah. 15 for my
Oh,
score.
I understand. I have it at +1 because of my jack of all trades. Never mind. You are perfect.
Oh,
All right, cool.
That adds to initiative. Jesus, why am I not a bard all the time?
I
Interesting.
just made my warlock a bard, and it's changed my fucking life. It's been great.
I love bards.
Time for some
great.
jazz.
Okay, so
this
first up,
jazz.
Renee,
Yes.
where are you going? You're going to Umlems?
Yeah, I'm going to Umlems. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you were. Where were you going actually?
No, I was pots and pots.
Pots and
Yeah,
pots
no,
and
that was
pots.
me who was going to.
Sorry, I'm mistaken. Sorry.
I've
See,
decided I hate this.
that's me being the consenting player and going, oh yeah, I guess I was going there and not remembering
Sorry,
where I was.
that was my bad.
Yes, Wyrus, girl, I got you.
Yes,
Let me bring you all your goods.
Yes, you head back to Wyrus, along with the trader person who follows you as well, with the ingredients. And let me just find Wyrus. I actually added the potions that she has now.
Yay!
So if you look down at the bottom, if you scroll down, you can see the various types of potions that she sells.
I forgot how adorable she was. Oh my god.
So, well, first off, I'm probably gonna just walk in like with all the goods. And
Yeah,
just
you
be
walk in. Yeah, you walk in with the provider, and she looks at it. Oh, thank goodness who took care of the scalpers. Thank you so much. And the provider just kind of like throws a bunch of the ingredients on the counter, and he's like, "Next time, give me a better route, would you?" And she goes, of course, and hands him a little pouch of gold. And you, madam, you will get a special discount. First 3 purchases, half off.
Oh, well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Oh, that's so wonderful. She's just like sitting there going, oh yeah, but also in the back of her head, she's like, I'm the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep me down. Like, this is why I need to be like doing this stuff more often. Anyway.
And you can see that there are another thing, potions of mana. So that's a new thing added in case you wanted to refresh your spell slots. You know.
Oh my god. Oh, I
day.
thought you said potions of banana.
No.
I was about to get
Potions. Sorry, no. There are no potions of banana here. There's only potions of mana. Sorry.
We just have the essence of Nathaniel still.
Yes, but I'm calling it a potion of banana now. It's a banana.
Bottoms up banana.
Potion of banana. Anyway. So if I bought a superior, that would be 20. Well, I could get a greater one. For
If you would
20 gold.
like, because I trust your calculating and trust you to just like add and subtract your gold amounts, you can just like choose when it's not your turn what you would like to buy.
I would appreciate that, just because like I might take some time to like look over it.
Yeah. We can do that then.
Perfect.
In the meantime, let's say after you were done buying your potions, what else do you want to do?
Well, that's all I really needed to do.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I might like look over at Scorpio, who has joined me, and like with my like bags of supplies, and just be like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go run and return to your lover, or do you want to go like wander around? What is your game plan?
Well, I do think it would be nice to meet up with her. If you would like, you could tag along. I heard she's going to meet up with an angry old dwarf.
Oh, is she going to deal with the dwarf in a certain way, or is she going to try and actually like, not use her sword?
He scratches his chin a little bit. I can never tell sometimes.
Would you like me to go?
Mind if I tag along?
I don't give a shit. Sure.
All right. And he starts
Besides, this is one of yeah. She's like, as they're walking, she's like, besides, this is going to be one of those statty days, I'm pretty much going to assume. We just got a lot of extra shenanigans, and I'm betting anything that Mr. Mr. I don't like to socialize is going to be in his room all day.
Might be for the
I
best.
very much appreciate your company with me.
Oh,
I
of
usually have
course.
to do this all by myself.
Of course. Yeah, I'll lead the way. I've had a run-in with the old coot a few times. And he starts to lead you to Umlems.
Yay! She's just jazzed.
Next, Enoch. After you've done kind of paying your respects to your mother, what would you have done? Most likely, Serene would have returned to the church.
I would have gone back with her because I am interested in what was left over via the designs that she had.
Yes.
Or what Theatora had.
Okay, yes. Shit. Of all the things I prepared, I was like, I know I'm missing something. Yes,
Whoops.
okay.
Oh no!
No.
Just give me 1 second. This is not going to eat into your time, don't worry.
Okay.
Yes, you can see that she has various different blueprints, designs, and some unfinished constructions as well. You see that there are a few things for modrons. You do see that there is a design for an automatic auto-targeting kind of cannon of some kind.
Okay, Mom. All right.
And various other just like unfinished and scratched out. You can see the more recent sheets of paper have scribblings and scratching that it looks like the designs were initially finished, but you can't make out what they are because of the scribbling and scratching tearing, like as if just like they were ruined. They were once finished, but they're now ruined. But yes, you do find modrons and the auto-targeting cannon.
Kind of look over these. Put like one hand over my eye. And I look over to Serene. What does that look to you?
Well, and that's... Wait, which one are you showing her?
The cannon.
The cannon? Well,
Yeah.
looks like a siege unit. Yes?
And I kind of pulled the design closer to my eye. That looks like firing pin. But not just... It's odd. I pull out the design for the modron. And currently, like, inspecting all the designs and kind of flipping through them.
Would you like to give me an investigation?
Yeah.
Actually, give me your investigation stat rather than a roll.
I mean, +2.
Just +2? Okay. Looking through it, you think you can probably salvage some of the designs of these for your new design, as it is, from what Alter said, unfinished.
Alter must confer. And I kind of like do like a mental scan of all these designs, just like
You can see
to kind of provide him an image.
when you look over the scratched out designs, you feel a sharp pain in your eye, and you can hear Alter screaming in agony as if he's in pain. And then the pain stops for a bit.
Ha! All right, this is not me thinking too hard, but if you're gonna throw a fit, at least warn me.
Those were mine. And she
Yours.
ruined them.
Okay. Listen. Like I said, you need to bring yourself down to a little bit more of a human level before you start acting so high and mighty. Look at this. It's just beginning to show more and more of the designs.
The sharp pain
What
goes
is
through
this
your
all
head
about?
again. Make a wisdom save.
Okay. Eventually I'll make one of these. 20.
20. The sharp pain rings through, but you're able to hold your composure. As you can see flashes in your mind, memories that aren't yours, hands that aren't yours, fiddling with constructs, pushing things around, putting things together. Let me just pause this music for a second. This might not be appropriate. Damn
Yeah.
jazz.
Darn you, Jazz.
But yes, you see flashes of memories in your brain as Alter screams in agony yet again. You can see these hands that aren't yours, both fleshy human hands that are writing, drawing these designs, and those same hands scratching them out, tearing them up, throwing them across the room.
And I'm looking at Alter. I know it's anger-inducing, isn't it?
What are you getting at?
I think you're scared.
You see a vision of Alter in a bright, white, blinding light in front of you as the entire church just kind of falls apart around you, and you are standing on a singular spinning gear as he stands before you. Don't think you understand me, boy.
You are scared. I know you are. Because that's what survival dictates, isn't it? You're sitting here talking to me about how you are doing your best to keep us alive. Survival dictates scared. And you're afraid. So what are you afraid of?
He charges towards you and flies through into you, fists forward, and you feel a punch into your chest before it's blocked. And he is pushed back by some sort of unknown barrier. What? He tries to push through once again, and you can see that the symbol of Erithus stops him. As your vision fades and you wake up on the floor of Serene kind of fanning you with her sleeves. Enoch, are you okay?
How many jury members are still around?
Strewn about the city. Renounce their titles. I'm the only one left.
I need materials.
Phew. Yes, I'll go get them. Without hesitation, she gets up, goes into the back room, and pulls out what there is. Various different metals, woods, and a few tools, wires, springs and gears as usual.
We need more.
This is all we have. Anything else you need, you could possibly be found in the market.
And he pulls out what coinage he still has left and takes her hand. We need metal and we need wood, real good wood. You can find that. Head out and bring it back to me.
How much money do you give her?
As much as I have left. That is 8 pieces of gold.
8 gold pieces. Amazing. All right. You hand her your...
because nobody gives them gold.
Well, it's a big city. There's plenty of jobs that you could take. But, yep, you hand her the 8 gold pieces, and she looks a little concerned and holds the pouch tight. I'll try to see what I can find.
And before she leaves, I grab her hands once again. Don't worry about me. There are a lot of problems going on.
Enoch,
And-
I've lived in Chester City for quite a long time. I know.
Also, I wanted to acknowledge something back at the graveside.
You see that she averts her gaze to you.
I know by providence of the gods there are certain means that allow you to do what you thought you could have done. And to be honest, while I detest its nature, the magic for what it is, I think what you did was right and what was kind.
She turns to you, and you can see her eyes start to water up. And she just covers her mouth with her other hand.
He brings her closer. Don't ever taint your soul for what you think I want versus what I need.
She shakes her head. No, not at all. There are changes coming to Belkinus, Enoch. And I want to help those changes happen without bloodshed. And she just looks to all the empty chairs in the church. Without more violence.
Good. You remind me a lot of a friend I made. It's along the way. For all intents and purposes, if my mother died with her secrets, let there be her secrets.
She takes a moment to consider this. Nods. She seems a little bit unsure of herself. I'll go get your things.
Thank you.
She heads out of the church. And what are you going to do in the meantime?
Looking over the plans once more. Dead for 17 years. Always ready to take me to school, huh? Let's see what you got, old lady. And he claps his hands together and he goes to the back of the workshop. Hardware mode.
Hardware mode. Okay, we will return to hardware mode.
Yep.
As next is Nathaniel. And Nathaniel, as you are studying and, you've sent Cyril and Julius on their way, you hear, about a little while later, you hear a knock at the door and a familiar voice. Mr. Gainsby, I have finished your task.
Just one moment. I'm going to scoop up all my things, throw it in the drawer, go to the door.
Yep.
Look through the peephole if there is one. I don't believe there is, but...
Well, there's Rahir, the hobgoblin.
I'm going to, open up the door ever so slightly, just so that he can only see my eye.
Yep. You can see that he's got some folded garments in bright yellow with a hat on top. It took a little while. You said you didn't want to see a single stitch out of place, and I tried my best, and as best I could, I looked it over, making sure not a single stitch out of place.
I slowly creep open the door. Very good. And what of the other two? They should have went to you before they left.
Yes, they did. They said they were going to investigate a little bit more, learn about the protectors and what.
Right, yes, the protectors. In fact, if I remember correctly, I wanted to accompany them. They have gone, though.
Oh, did you? May I send a message of sending?
Yes, please, let them know that I would like to seek an audience with the protectors.
An audience? Sir, they are very dangerous. Do you know the extent of their plans?
I look right at Rahir.
He takes a few steps back as if he was, punched in the stomach. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Right. And Rahir, I say as I, unfold the coat and look it over.
Yes, Mr. Gainsby?
I roll investigation. Is there a stitch out of place?
Your investigation is 8. You can see that the entire thing is pristine except for a single tiny little weave at the tip of your hat that was cut off by Thorn that is just put the wrong direction.
Bastard.
Oh no, this kid's gonna die.
You're gonna have to redesign your entire character.
So I do a once over on all of my clothing, and without looking at him, and I say, "You did a perfect job right here."
Whew, you can see that he lets out like 10 times the breath of his lungs. Yes, Mr. Gainsby.
I go into my room before he says that. He does not get to respond to me. Goodbye.
Yeah. Okay, and you're going to wait for the other two again?
So my hope is that he will send a sending to them.
Right.
Then they will respond to it, and I will know where to meet up with them.
Yes.
So
okay.
that I don't have to wait inside of this room anymore.
Yep. Right.
I remember last session that like I had said, "Hey, take me with you." But if I remembered incorrectly, that's fine. We'll just
well, if you did, then it's good to remind me because my memory is foggy as well. Yes, he would have sent a sending, and he would have told you where to meet up and the certain directions, and you would know now a secret passage to the long abandoned, no longer in commission Warforged factory of Chester City.
Oh boy. All right, so here's what I'm going to do.
And you are free to meet with both Cyril and Julius at any point that you find convenient.
I am going to gather all of my things. So all of the necromancy information that is staying on my person is going back into my like secret pouch in my coat. And then I'm going to have Rahir, if possible, send another sending to Renee to have her meet me with the robots in the robot place.
Okay, yes, and he will do so. Renee, you now know the directions to the now abandoned Warforged factory of Chester City.
And I'm going. Do I know what time? Are you going there like ASAP?
That's my intention. It was
okay. Well, as soon as I hear like that, it's like Nathaniel needs you. Probably immediately just look over his over like, change of plans if you want to go and meet your love. I have few obligations, unfortunately. Work.
Oh, all right then. I wish you the best of luck.
And you. I don't know how she's going to react to anything. It's a little bit touchy at the moment. Just give her lots of love, especially. Oh, and not to mention, since you're going to see her before I do, she like pulls out the potion that she bought because I have decided what I wanted to buy. Mm-hmm. And it's the potion of oil affinity.
Ah, the affinity oil. Good.
Yeah, because that's going to be one of the half-price things I get. Mm-hmm. So I would like. Could you send that with my love to Luna? Could you get that? I don't mean for you to be an errand boy, but I am now an errand girl. So. Well,
I'm out of a job, and errands were all I was good for before. So. It's like I never even left work.
Parfait. Right. I'll make sure to let you and Luna know where we convening.
Okay. Yes. So you will part with Scorpio, who heads back with how many did you buy? Did you just buy one?
I only bought one. I put it in the chat. So I bought one oil affinity. I got 2 greater healings, and then I also got the oil of slipperiness and a basic Bamana spell.
Awesome. Nathaniel, since it's still your turn, is there anything else you do on the way? Or if you would like, you can simply meet the other 3 at the abandoned Warforged factory now.
How interesting that there are 3 of them.
Well, because Renee and Julius and Cyril.
I know. I understand. When I arrive there, I will be very confused. So here is a small question then. Mm-hmm. In order for me to do something with my turn other than this.
Right.
Unless you would like me to just do this because this is going to take a while and that could be my turn. Like, I'm fine with Renee doubling up on me. That's perfectly fine with me. Is the church... Because there were 2 churches in here of the
so
god.
There's the Church of the Eternal. There's the Temple of the Eternals, which is a commercial, temple for various different gods.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the Church of Erithus, which is very run down, kind of tucked into a corner of the city.
Right. And the Temple of the Eternals are the ones that potentially caused Enoch's mother to die somehow.
I guess you'll have to find out.
Right.
Well, that's some of the rumors that you've heard from the two investigating. Is like some of the people at the Temple of the Eternals have accused Enoch's mother of being a heretic.
Possession. Yeah.
And possession, yeah.
Right. Okay. Are either of those churches on the way to here, to where I'm going?
Yes,
the Robot Factory?
the Temple of the Eternals is on the way.
Fantastic. I would love to pay a short visit.
Okay, yes, you do. And you see that out front, you are greeted by a Warforged. And he kind of lets you in. Hello, welcome to the Temple of the Eternals. Would you like to pay forth for your sins?
No, my sins are going to go unpaid, I'm afraid.
Well, would you like to pay tribute to some of the Eternals online?
Online?
On the lineup, rather. Not online, like internet online. Poor choice of words on my part.
What? Ah, yes, good.
Out of character. Out of character.
I'd like to log in to free yourself from sins, sir.
Can you prove you are not a robot?
Hear, like the dial-up sound as you're like connecting to your sins.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
On space line.
As a matter of fact, I am not on official business, luckily for you. But I was wondering if you would direct me towards a higher-ranking member of this church. I would like to speak to someone of authority.
And he just, like, leans his head on his fist. Well, you can talk to me. I don't see why you have to go talk to anybody who's higher up.
My eyebrow twitches just for a moment.
What would you like to know, sir?
I apologize. We haven't been properly introduced. My name is Nathaniel Gainsby. What's yours?
I'm Corvin.
Corvin. Very interesting.
And I'm sad.
And I suppose that you operate this place very well, Corvin.
Can you just get to the point, sir? I've got a very busy day.
My face betrays no emotion, but I am having a lot of it right now. Right. I believe that I would like to pray now. Thank you. I think I can do this on my own.
Very well. That'll be 5 gold pieces.
5 gold Very well. I hand him the gold.
Okay, you hand him the gold. He opens the door to let you inside, and you can see that it is a very, very ornate interior with long halls leading to various different gods and pantheons, and each one is attended to by an employee who is seems to be taking prayer and saying what sounds like very routine chants and prayers to these people before taking pouches of gold from them and letting them inside.
Jeez. I mumble something under my breath along the lines of, perhaps I will come back here in official business to investigate this place for robbery. And then I will walk inside.
Okay. You walk inside, and you can see that there one attendee comes up to you and speaks up. Hello, good sir. Are you here to pay tribute to your gods and such?
Oh, of course I am, yes. But before I do that, I was wondering if I could speak to somebody of a higher authority.
I am a priest here. My name is Rendhem. Nice to meet you. He extends a hand.
Oh, very good. I will shake it.
Yep. You see it's a very firm, soft handshake. You can see that he moisturizes well.
Well, I think I can find my way around here when it comes to finding my own personal gods, but a friend of mine, very close and personal to me, was worshipping a different god that I had never heard of before, despite having come to this church very many times. I believe the name of the god was Arathis.
Oh, yes, Arathis. Well, the segment of Arathis split off many years ago, formed their own church down the way. Not got a lot of funding, unfortunately.
Well, yes, that is unfortunate.
Well, if you would like to pay tribute to her, you can go down that way, but I assume if you wanted to, you would have went there already. Any reason you come here instead?
Well, I had heard that the church had split off, and I was wondering what could have caused such a thing. You see, it's a bit of a difficult thing having a friend that worships a religion that doesn't go to the same church. You have to very often separate, and I would much rather not have to do that. Not to think that you are going to somehow be reconvening in the future, but I am curious as to how the split happened in the first place.
I'm going to need you to make a combination of religion and persuasion.
Oh, good. All right, persuasion. I can
You need
do that.
you need religion and persuasion because you need to show that you are truly a religious man.
Oh, God. I'm not, though. I'm so not.
No, just lean in really close. I am a man.
God
of faith.
damn.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Finally, the nat one curse goes to somebody other than Nate.
Praise.
I don't think we need to worry about that persuasion. I basically came in here and said, yes, I would like to worship a god.
How do you do, fellow priests?
You had to fail somewhere. You had to fail somewhere.
Boy, do I love Jesus and his commandments.
So when do we get the crackers and the wine? Am I right? So you can see
So many people
Some of
mad.
those palms.
you can see that he looks you up and down at you, trying to convince him that you are a religious man and you wish to pay tribute, and he gives you like a head tilt of like, Well,
Same.
good sir, if you well know your history about, it seems like you don't, about our good lord of building and progress, Erithis, is that a long time ago, a priestess by the name of Ciatora was a bit of a heretic around these parts. She started spouting nonsense, belittling the other gods, and then decided to split off on her own.
What could have caused that if the churches were together for so long?
Well, I just told you. Heresy. She had communes with otherworldly beings, not following to the letter of the Temple of Eternals.
Communes with otherworldly beings, you mean gods? Well, her god specifically. But other worshippers of Arathis,
Fucking India.
they did not have this problem.
Listen, sir, if you are not here to pay tribute, there's not much I can do for you.
I'm going to take a very deep sigh, and I'm going to hold up. I'm not going to hold up anything. I'm going to say, what do I have to give you?
Well, running such a temple does require upkeep, so perhaps
Yes,
a little bit of coin could help. And he's just
I
kind of looking
understand.
around, just kind of rubbing his hips a little bit, making sure nobody's looking.
Yes, I understand coin. Fine. I'm going to take 10 gold out of my pocket and put it in his hand. I'm going to say, here, use this to buy some bread that doesn't taste like cardboard.
He leans in. He pockets the coin and leans in. I heard that in order to strengthen the Church of Erithis, she communed with a celestial being after fighting with one of her own priests. He was also communing with the same celestial. And after their fight, it took to him.
Took to him. Which one?
The one she was fighting with. Another priest of Erithis. They didn't agree after they moved to Belkinus, wanted to run things differently. And so, it seemed the Celestial took to the priest instead. And afterwards, after the big argument, and she split off, he was never heard of again. Methinks she killed him.
Yes, and what was the name of this priest?
His name was Therm. Thyrm. Therm.
Yeah, I can really feel a Y in there.
Traveled here and founded the Church of Erithus along with Ciatora. Along with a few others as well. But it seems they've been spread around the kingdom.
And was there any particular thing that Therm and Ciatora did that enabled this communication with a higher being?
He holds out his hand expectantly.
I'll give you 10 gold. That at least goes for 3 questions.
Give me a persuasion.
Damn it!
I don't know, sir. Those windows do need a bit of washing.
Yes, they do. And I'm going to give him another gold.
Fine. Well, from what I gathered, it seemed that Therm's methods were a little bit, extreme. Very evangelical. Black and white. You were either with him or you were against him.
Doesn't explain how he was able to contact other beings.
On that front, I think that's even all the gold in the world won't get that information, because I don't know it.
These methods, were they documented somewhere?
Can't say they are. It's all hearsay, rumors. Any documentation has been thrown out. They don't want us to acknowledge that sort of past. Leaves a bad mark on the Church of the Eternals.
Do you think that the other churches would have such documentation themselves then?
Not sure. You best look for yourself.
Very well.
All right, and this is going a little bit over time, so I'm going to say, what is the next...
I was going to say thank you.
Yeah. And,
thank you for your help.
No,
and then I'm going
thank
to
you
turn...
for your patronage, sir. I hope you find the light of your gods.
And oh, certainly. I hope to find that light myself. And I will step out of this horrible place.
Next is Luna.
Hi.
You find your way, so you're going to Umlems, yeah?
Yes, I have a message to deliver.
Okay, let me pull up my notes and let me play some since the jazz tends to just be out of place sometimes, I'm just gonna play some ambience.
Okay.
Skip that. There we go. Some basic city ambience. Okay, so
Let's go.
You are going to Umlems. Let me find Umlems notes.
Yes, I am.
Do I not have them? No, I wrote them down somewhere. Where is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. I swore I wrote it down.
You're fine.
Here.
Take your time.
Technical
I'm not in a rush.
difficulties. Oh god, did I write it on a different document? Oh jeez.
Oh no.
Oops. Jeez, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The wind blew hard, the bow dipped down. Blow, my bully boys, blow. Huh.
Hey!
Thank you, Davy, for filling
appreciate
in the silence.
No, I appreciate the hey.
Yeah.
I at least appreciate it from Cammy. The other two of you are lacking.
I'm sorry, but I'm
sorry.
just trying to look for stuff.
This is why we're friends.
Joe has an excuse.
If I knew that song
Listen.
well, I would have.
Listen, all right? I had a very long shift today. Leave me alone.
All right.
Up.
I found them. They were in a different document. Okay, so Luna, yes, you walk into Umlem's smithery. You can see that it's a small, humble place, just like fit in between two larger buildings. You can see that there is one person as you walk in that seems to be finishing a transaction. Nods at him. It looks like a tree folk of some kind. Umlem just thanks them, takes their coin, hands them a very fancy-looking sword. They bid you adieu as they walk around you through the door. And you can see Umlem a very old-looking dwarf with splotches around his face, wrinkles about, and an eye patch. Let me show art of him.
Ooh.
And there he is.
Hey,
Look at this man.
look at this guy. He's been through some shit.
He sees you walk in and immediately, like, without skipping a beat, took you long enough to get here?
I'm sorry?
You're the girl that helped my daughter's little girl, yeah?
Oh, yes, I am.
She
Hello.
wouldn't stop writing to me. When you see her, could you tell her to stop writing to me?
I actually came to deliver the message she gave me. That was asking you to write to her more.
He tilts his head back, like, almost like 90 degrees up into the sky. All right, fine. If you'll finally get her to stop. I do appreciate it, though. Makes her happy, and it makes sure that I still have grandchildren.
Your grandchildren are lovely.
Of course. In fact, I'm so grateful. If you would like, I've got a few customers lined up, but if you want, you could have one of my services on the house.
Oh.
A token of gratitude for helping my family.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to, really. I was happy to. Help.
And I'm happy to lend this. Come on, at least humor me. I've got nothing else to do in this bloody workshop.
Well, I may come by later then. I have a different blade I might have you work on. If that would like to.
Very well.
I'm so sorry to ask this. Does the name Vadran Icewind ring any bells to you?
Can't say it does. Sorry. Was he?
It's fine.
Was he around during the war?
Yes, he was my father, actually. He's a veteran. Just trying to track down I'm trying to see who might have been in his platoon, that's all. Don't mind me. And I'm going to look over this real quick.
Yeah. You can see all the different services that he's got. He doesn't sell a lot of weapons. He sells just the basic ones, but he does do a lot of upgrading and such.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at these these enchantments he's got going on.
And you can do the same thing as Cammy. I'll say that retroactively we can pick what you paid for and bought.
And I guess I would have just been prepaying, pre-establishing the service, because I would have wanted it done on Absolution if possible.
Yes, we can do that.
Since that is my main sword.
While browsing around, you also see a portrait kind of in a similar style to the one that you saw in, gosh, I forgot her name. Heliolois.
Heliolois's house.
And you can see that is a portrait of Abigail hung up on the wall.
Is the Viscount's sister?
He looks over. Oh, yeah. I was in their platoon.
Oh, I see. Your daughter also had a portrait of the three sisters.
I fought alongside them.
Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
What happened to Abigail?
He leans down in a seat, and you can see that he's got a peg leg. As he takes a seat kind of around the counter.
By all means, you don't have to tell me if you do not wish to. I'm just curious.
No. I think it's something most of the kingdom should hear, considering.
Okay. And she'll lean herself up against the counter or something to listen.
I got to know them, the sisters. Chandrell was ever the leader, followed orders, protected her allies. Good woman. Kara, too. She was always nose deep in her books, always learning. She even played a small part in contributing to the general for intel on the enemies. And Abigail, she was a little shit, she was. Playing pranks on the other soldiers. Once filled the sergeant's practice sword with sheaths of slime so that they'd splash their sparring partners during training. She was my favorite. Reckless girl got her bloody ear cut off from a blade dance. And think that's why the kingdom don't like to talk much about it. She was in all our hearts, and after she died, left a rift between the sisters. A lot of people like to contribute that to why the kingdom is the way it is now. What with the necromancers going around, and the constant strife. All because of those sisters. You'll never see people speaking about it out loud, but a lot of people like to attribute this to Chandril as well.
Whatever happened to Kara?
She left. Not much really knows. Considering the spine of death, I think a lot of us can put pieces together. But nobody really knows. She left the kingdom. She was a prominent necromancer during the war, but I ain't one to make accusations.
Let's see. Thank you. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time.
No. He gets up from his chair, just kind of taking both arms to pick up. I should get back to writing that note then. I hate the mail. So you'll be back then? Come with some friends. I know you adventure a lot. You like to go around with your parties.
Potentially, yes. Before we leave the city, at least. I'm having a sword of mine looked at, and it's the one I'd prefer you to work on.
Very well.
Thank you. And, if you like, I can pass that message along to Helios to maybe write a bit less.
Please do. As much as I sometimes do write letters, she always wants to meet better in person. Hearing is better.
Is there a reason that you don't go see her?
I just want her to leave her to her own devices. She's been under my wing far too long. She needs to find her own path.
I think she's found that already.
Oh,
Raising
good.
2 incredibly bright children. Perhaps she just wants to see her father again.
He looks down a
Make
bit. Some old habits will stay habits.
For whatever it's worth, I will be making fairly routine trips to that area, so should you ever need anything delivered, just let me know.
She talked about you a lot, but I
resident
never really wrote your name.
Luna Icewind.
Luna Icewind. Well, thanks for paying me a visit, Luna.
Of course, anytime. And she'll give a pleasant nod and start to head out.
He pulls out a sheet of paper and you can see him grumbling as he starts to write.
Luna looks maybe just a little bit too proud of herself with that.
And as you exit out, you can see that Scorpio meets you just in time as well. Ah, Luna.
Oh.
Finished already.
I was just delivering a message. He would notice that absolution is not on my back, which is incredibly unusual.
He does notice, and you can see that on his face, he's actively trying to avoid the topic.
Having something looked at, so I thought I'd come back later to actually have some work on my blades done.
Whew. Oh, all right. Oh, that's good.
Well, where'd you come from? Where's Renee? I thought Renee went with you.
I think she got some sort of message from your bright yellow friend. You seem to like to work together a lot.
Yes, they're an interesting team. Well, I have something I have to do regarding tracking down, what the hell was his name?
Clayton.
Clayton? Yep. Tracking down a fellow named Clayton for...
You've got a job then.
Exchange of services. I'm having my father's sword looked at by... Forget the name, Sage Annabelle.
Well, regardless, I think this is a good time to start practicing working together, don't you think?
I think so, yes.
I'll come along then.
Of course. Come on.
Yeah, and you two start to do your first task together.
Woo!
And because the task is going to take a little bit longer than you have, I'm going to go to Renee, if that's okay.
That's all good. Go on.
All right.
I'm gonna go refill my water.
Renee, I assume that you are going to meet up with Nathaniel and the 2 others, yeah?
Yes.
This was my plan all along, to double up on somebody else's turn. Haha.
Okay, and yes, you meet up at a very vacant part of the city. You can see you had to go through like several shady alleyways and kind of climb through some debris where there are no people, no guards, no one. And you can see that there's a massive lump of debris with a human and a tiefling there, and Nathaniel as well. I'm going to say, Nathaniel, Nathaniel, were you going there or were you going to the Church of Erithus?
No, I was going here. I told everybody to come here. I'm not going to make them wait.
Oh, okay.
That would be unbecoming of me.
Thanks, Nathaniel.
Yep. And you reach there, and you can see that the two are sitting on what look to be some innocuous piles of debris.
Oh, you two again.
And you can see that the human just like lifts up both arms in kind of like a karate motion. Careful, lady. We've learned a lot of things since. And then you can the tiefling interrupts and just puts his hand over his face. Yeah. We work for you now.
She just has a hand on her hip, like raising an eyebrow at the poor human, just being like, "Oh!" She's just like, "Oh, I'm really scared now. I'm downright terrified." Wow, very impressive. So I'm guessing that you are both here for the same reason that I am. I can only assume.
Yeah, boss, are you there?
I'm going to like arrive just now, and I will like kind of with a bit of hurry in my step, as if I was annoyed by something recently, and I will show up and I'll say, "Apologies for my lateness. I had a come to Jesus moment."
Who?
The fuck did you need Jesus for?
Not for much.
I don't know if Jesus is in this world.
I had to come to our.
What the fuck is Jesus?
I had a come to our facsimile of Jesus moment. Fantasy facsimile.
Oh boy.
Anyway. So why exactly do you need this?
I had to come to Frodo. I had to come to Frodo moment.
Come to Frodo moment.
I apologize.
Share the load.
Anyway, yes. You see that Julius kind of lifts a hand to greet you. Hey, boss.
Right. I'm going to not shake his hand. I don't know what relationship he thinks we have.
No, he's just wave, like a little greet wave.
Oh, okay. I will nod back to him. And the protectors are aware that we're arriving, or are we going to surprise them?
No.
Wait. The protectors?
Yes, they're in the city.
Oh yeah, I know they're in the city. I just stopped one of them from robbing someone.
You did? Who?
Yes. In order to get the witch takers a really nice discount. Speaking of, she like pulls out her one of the greater potions and gives it over to him.
I'm gonna take it and look back at her. This is going to be awkward. Right.
That's what I'm expecting, honestly.
Let's put this into my pocket, into my coat.
I've had stranger mornings.
Right. I'm going to need to do most of the talking. I've been preparing this for a little while. I will need you to back my play. It's going to be a little bit strange.
Oh, well, I never said that they're meeting here. Unless I did? Out of character,
no,
did I?
No, absolutely not.
You know, I just know that they're planning something, and that they've been covering it up. So, Cyril? Yeah, sure thing, man. And they both start to dig through the debris, and you can see that there is a hidden hatch under it all.
Oh, wow, so classy.
You have taken us to their secret base.
Not exactly. This is the abandoned Warforged factory that they plan to do something.
Something.
You have taken us to their current operations under, well, a secret thing that they are doing in a place. Understood. This still works for us. In that case, I think that I will defer to you, Julius. You seem to have a very good idea of these things.
What do you mean?
I mean, I would like you to lead the way.
She like leans over like to Julius. This is the moment where you show you're not going to fuck up and actually take your own initiative time.
You can see that Cyril is chuckling under his breath, and Julius shoots him daggers, as a dagger-like stare, and Julius just...
I don't know why you're laughing, Cyril. I didn't ask you to show initiative yet.
He just
And that Renee can't help but have a little like knife cat smile, like.
oh man. And Julius just opens the latch. It creaks open. You can see there's a stairway down. All right, come on in.
Oh, parfait. Going down into a little dark tunnel.
We do this very often.
I know.
And I'll motion for Cyril and Julius to go forward first.
Yep, they go in, and Cyril just his voice echoes throughout this very metal kind of stairwell. Well, look on the bright side, boss. If we betray you, you could just always mind spike us again. And Julius just kind of baps him on the shoulder. What? He could.
You're not really. Honey, you need to actually, when the take initiative thing actually happens to you, you might want to start with actually having the ability to, like, you know, have the confidence to do it fast.
Just showing my faith, ma'am.
I appreciate that, but also, holy shit, calm down.
Yes, I won't lie. I put you two together because you had previous experience working as friends.
Which means you would probably work together for onwards from that.
But now I'm beginning to realize that perhaps you should work a day job.
I would like that after this is all over.
Ooh.
Oh, don't you worry. Nothing bad will happen to you so long as you follow my orders.
He just like creaks his head back, and he has looked like he just stared death in the face. And they lead you down the stairwell, and you can see that it leads far, far down, kind of like a very long flight of stairs before you see a massive vertical hole, like an entire football field across. And it leads like a vertical silo all the way straight down with various different catwalks and rails and steam pipes and different kind of like pools of molten metal that are glowing.
Currently?
Yes.
What do you think they're trying to make?
I imagine Warforged. That's what this place was built for originally during the war. They wanted to use robots to fight necromancers. It's harder to pick them back up.
But then why restart it? Are they trying to, like, raise, quote unquote, their own army?
Perhaps the Protectors are having a hard time finding new recruits. Or perhaps they're having a hard time dealing with the Spine of Death and have resorted to old methods. Either way, it won't change anything if we can't find them.
Do you think anyone is down at the bottom?
Most likely. I would like to roll perception to look around to see if I can't find where anybody is. If I'm in this giant silo, I'm just going to do a big scan.
Yes. Give me your passive perception.
20.
20. You can look around. This place has been recently used, but from the looks of it, checking out the various, like, kind of wear and tear on the stuff, it has only been slightly tampered with so far. No one's actually activated the place just yet, but it's just kind of, you can tell from the methods and things that are on, whoever was here has been messing with stuff to make sure that it still works.
Right. But I don't think anybody has...
Nope. Doesn't seem like there's a sign that anybody's here right now. No,
Well.
The only echoing that you hear is the echo of the low rumble of molten metal.
So what would you like to do?
Well, given that none of them are here right now, we can't exactly talk to them. But even if we don't know why they want this place, the fact of the matter is that they do. Which means it is within our best interest to make sure that they can't do that until we have a conversation. So, let's go through these machines and see if we can't find integral pieces of them to take back home with us, just for the time being.
I will say one thing, boss, Julia speaks up. This sort of stuff, it's way too high concept for the Protectors. They're usually small jobs, you know. This sort of stuff, it takes way more planning than any of us could put together.
Any of us?
Well, I mean, when I used to be with them.
Right. Luckily,
Is there anyone
what I
you
need.
particularly would work with?
Not that I know of. It's just very strange, out of left field. We usually do small jobs with low stakes. Not a lot
Like
to
stealing
lose.
a cow?
Say again, Renee?
Like stealing a supply cart?
Yeah, like stealing a supply cart.
Are you sure that these are the protectors in charge of this place then?
I know for certain, because I saw their lead coming in here. Earth Genasi girl. What's her name?
Castilia?
Yeah, her.
Oh, merde. She like turns over to the thing. That is who I saw earlier this morning.
Do you think you can find her again? You've met
Not
her.
impossible, but definitely not the easiest.
You can send to her, correct?
Yes.
Well, like I said, let's find important pieces of this machine, or these machines, and then have a conversation with them later.
All right.
And start snooping around these.
Okay, start
various-
snooping around. Are you gonna salvage various different parts and pieces then?
Snoopers no snoop.
My goal is to find like pieces that look valuable slash rare. Something that if I take it out, the machine's not working, and it's probably really hard to find another piece for it.
Okay. You can give me... I don't know what that would be. Your choice...
Investigation?
Yeah, probably investigation. Yeah. You can give me an investigation for that.
Yes, I'm fishing for that. Very good. Boop.
Okay, looking around, checking the pieces, you can see that there are various different kind of power sources in the chest of these various Warforged that you take out. You get 3 Warforged power sources.
That would be actually, it wouldn't be a 23 because... No, it would. That's 23 because my passive investigation from Observant makes my, my, like, minimum roll higher.
Oh, shit.
Is that
All right, cool.
investigation?
Yes, investigation. Or is that a 23? I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, you can get 3. We're going to call them Warforged souls because that is what they're called nomenclaturally. They're not literally souls, but that's what powers up the Warforged.
Okay.
They're little small kind of metal orbs that have a dim arcane glow to them.
And these are things that if someone tried to operate this machine... like,
Without it, it would not start.
Yeah, these things would be missed, certainly, then. Very good. Oh, I love that.
Yep, and you can see that there are kind of along this path that you have gone, this catwalk, where you can see below you as well the various, like, layers of catwalks. You can see that there are rows of worn down and broken and unfinished Warforged as well. Just husks, not barely even puppets.
Tell me, Cyril, do you ever think it's very interesting how, when you look at the lifeless Warforged around here, it's hard to tell whether they are dead bodies or bodies waiting to become alive?
Julius, what's he mean by that? What do you mean by that, sir?
Well, Warforged are not people. They don't grow normally. Well, they are people, but not initially. They start out as machines, and then once dead, they are machines once more. It's very interesting how you can never tell one from the other.
You can see his eyes are just darting back and forth, kind of like between Julius and you. He does not know how to comprehend this, or what to take from this.
In any case, we have what we came here for. Once we leave this place, I will have you cast sending so that we can tell them where we want to meet. And then we can finally have this conversation that I've been dying to have.
You want to meet with the Protectors?
Yes, that was what the whole point of this was.
All right. Well, I guess me and Cyril can stake out the place. Wait for them to come here. You can go do your business in the meantime.
If you want to put yourselves at risk, but now that we have these things, I imagine they're going to want them back, and once they get a message in their brain telling them exactly where to, they'll arrive. I'm sure of it.
That's true. I just wanted to make sure maybe we could mitigate some of the damage. She's not going to be happy when she sees you've been tampering with her plans.
Well, then if she wants to wreck this place even more, that's her prerogative.
I think
We're
she will
not
be
using
very-
it. We're just preventing her from using it.
I think she will be very happy after we have our talk. But don't worry about her sentimentality. Worry about mine. And right now, I would like to leave.
All right. After you.
All right. Real quick,
Boys.
right before we leave, just as we're going, I know I wasn't like I've rolled to like look around the place, but is there any chance that they have left behind any like information as to what they're trying to do here?
I'm going to take your investigation, your passive investigation, that you can tell that they are absolutely trying to start the Warforged factory to create Warforged.
Right.
Intent is going to be another thing that you can't tell unless you talk with them.
No problem. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can
that
tell
case-
for sure they're trying to restart the factory.
In that case, fantastic. We can leave this factory once we are far enough away.
Yep.
I can tell Renee to meet us, or I would like for them to meet us at the I can't remember the inn I'm staying at.
The Unwritten Shores.
Yes, I'm going to say there, but I am going to say the room number across from mine.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry to break immersion real briefly, but I will say what you're going to do at the Warforged factory is going to be an important thing. So, if you wish to prepare, your next time will be if you go to this plan that you're planning, then that is past the point of being able to prepare for it.
I apologize. I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Okay. Meeting with the Protectors at the Warforged factory will be an event, basically a point of no return.
I'm not trying to meet them there. I'm trying to meet them at the inn that we're staying at.
Oh,
Is
you
that
want the
same thing?
Protectors to meet you at the inn?
Yes.
Like, hey, Protectors, we got a thing that you need if
Yes,
you want
that
to
is-
come to this place and get it.
That's why I'm asking Renee to send to like the
Yeah.
person that she has met that's a part of the Protectors,
Castilia!
so that we can
Gotcha.
establish some communication.
Gotcha.
I am not trying to bring the Protectors here to the Warforged factory while I'm holding basically the key that turns on the Warforged factory.
Right. No, yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, good.
By yourself, mind you.
Okay, all right. So,
wait,
Renee,
exactly.
what message do you send to
Well,
Castilia?
before I send it, I want Nathaniel. What exactly is your crazy plan here?
Oh, I am going to what is the proverb? I'm going to deal with two birds with one stone. The Spine of Death has been a very big issue for us, and I would like to get more information about them. In addition, the Protectors have been less than agreeable since we've met them.
To say
My
the
hope.
least.
My hope is that I can negotiate some sort of agreement between us, to have them investigate the Spine of Death for us while we remain in Chester City. And then, whether they return with information or die, we have solved the problem.
So you want us to stay here another day?
If need be. Or we continue on towards our eventual goal of dealing with with the Black-Veined Queen. But regardless, we'll have more information coming out of it, or we will at least have the Protectors gone.
All right. I don't really know how this will go, but I trust you.
Very good.
Okay, Renee,
And,
what is your
know,
sending
and
message?
Castilia. Darling Castilia. My boss and I collected something from your little pet project. If you want it, meet us at whatever room it is that's across from Nathaniel. Let me look at the inn name again. At the Unwritten Shores.
You got 3 words left.
Bye tonight. Kisses.
You hear a voice back. Balls to that. I'm going to
Balls
do
to that?
this with or without whatever it is you did.
Oh, merde. So your little plan, Izortli has a little bit of a snag. She doesn't give a fuck.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't give a fuck. She said she's going to go through with her plan whether or not she has whatever it is that was in the Worldforged area. So we might be on a little bit of a time crunch now.
Sorry, this was the sending effectively. Ah,
In the pocket of people like me down on their luck. You
Right.
see, I took the war forces that you're trying to.
Anyway,
she's going where?
Did she say anything more other than I'm doing this with or without you?
yep.
What'd she say?
Oh no, sorry. As in no, she didn't say anything more. She said balls to that.
Oh.
I'm going through with my plan.
Okay.
With,
Yeah. So she's
yeah.
like, she didn't say anything other than that. She just said she's going through with it, whether or not she had the things necessary.
Did she have you? Did she have some plan with you that you?
No.
Then I'm not exactly sure what her plan is. In that case, how many? Are you willing to send another spell?
It would not make me happy, but I can.
Never mind.
Are you sure?
Damn it. I can't ask Cyril and Julius to... Cyril, Julius, do you know where Rahir is?
Yeah, I could probably send in to him.
Wait, you can send to people.
Yeah, of course. I became a necromancer. I could cast.
I blinked twice.
I mean, former necromancer. He holds up 2 hands. You know, before you hired me. You know, all that stuff. What, you think they would bring on someone who couldn't cast any spells?
Don't stop incriminating yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look... right. The sending spell. Does it actually let you know who is sending the message?
They can hear your voice. That's how she knows it was me, because we've already had the conversation before. That's how it works.
Damn it. Julius, do you remember the very angry woman that was with us? She had 2 swords.
Oh.
A sleeveless shirt. Showed off her biceps.
What about her?
I need you to tell her to get the cowboy and come to the old abandoned Warforged house as soon as she can.
Angry cowboy!
Apparently, there's going to be a very big problem here very soon.
You got it, boss.
And then,
Go on.
and if possible, I would like you to disguise your voice as best you can. Hopefully she does not remember you. But there is no guarantee of that. And then, I would like the 2 of you to lay low for a while. You are both going to be very much wanted by these 2 people. And I do not have the time to explain that.
They just both look at each other and just like nod with the knowledge that their life is now in your hands.
Of course, once we're gone, you no longer need to worry, and you can go back to here for any information. So, lay low for 1 day.
All right, boss. We're gonna take a break right there. A little bit of a break.
Hey.
So
Woo.
yeah, a little break time. Let's reconvene at 40 past the hour.
Perfect.
Yeah, Joe, I had a question.
I
for
have an
you.
answer. Oh, you did the thing?
Yeah, I picked out what I was buying. I'm
Ooh.
completely upgrading my gear.
Ooh.
Well, you get to choose which one he.
Then I'm gonna take off the cost of that silvering.
All right, great. Yeah, awesome.
So
Awesome.
it's only 32 gold instead of 35.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. I guess for like this posterity, I'll drop off the swords at the end of the evening. Because it seems like we're gonna be here for another night.
No matter what happens, like I will say that you retroactively will or proactively did that. And you'll understand why when we get there.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to go this way. All I wanted to do was have a very calm and orderly conversation with a protector.
I don't think we can do that after the last time we had a calm and orderly conversation with them. We tricked them.
I anticipated that. That was
and then I almost got her arrested. So
yeah,
that was calculated into my plans. Don't worry. I wasn't worried about that bit.
You weren't expecting her to have balls?
Well, no.
The chat is saying it's banana fat.
Do it, you won't.
I didn't expect her. I didn't expect her to bull rush through her plans because I asked, "Can we have a conversation?"
All right, I'm gonna go get some water and bio break and all that. We reconvene at 40 past.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I asked,
"Hey, wanna chat?" And she exploded. This was the most Pisces move I've ever seen. Self-detonation.
I mean, I've seen a couple of those, but anyway. Banana fact?
One sec.
Yay. How are we, chat? How are we feeling?
I think I know what I want all right.
While you're getting your fact ready.
I might have a random fun gun fact this week, though, because last week a lot of people were interested, but there's a few people in like Joe's server that were asking me about it. I'm all like, I might have one. I have something fun.
Facts. Everyone wants facts for the day.
I'll let Davy do the banana fact first because that's tradition around here.
Well, screw you. I'm going first because I have something prepared. A lovely singing fact. If you drink too much soda, it's not good for your throat. You want to make sure that you don't drink a lot of soda and actually switch it out for tea. Preferably tea with either ginger, lemon, or something of that sort. And you got to make sure you don't drink it too hot because you don't want to burn your throat.
Fun gun fact.
So this is going to be a short banana fact today, but I think it's a bit poignant. The melting point of a banana is 213 degrees Celsius.
That's
nice.
Good.
Cold brew is okay. You just don't want to drink a lot of it, Shadmura. You don't want to drink like a lot of coffee or a lot of soda. It's basically sort of like similar to you don't want to drink a lot for the sake of diet. Like enough of that kind of stuff can add to the lactic acid in your stomach, and like how some people get acid reflux stuff. It actually will cause that, and then it'll like burn your throat.
Yeah. Trust me, it's not a pretty feeling.
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't mean you can't have it. You just don't want to have excessive amounts of it.
Yeah. So, fun gun fact. Who here knows George Reeves?
Yeah.
Okay. So George Reeves, the actor who played Superman back in the 1950s, if you think fucking fandoms are crazy now, listen to this. Back in the 1950s, after he had just finished the filming for Superman, and he was at like this small fan event, and a young fan pulled a pistol on the motherfucker because all the fans were trying to test his invulnerability.
That's funny.
That's terrifying.
And so, with the bravery of Superman, he walked up to this fan and said, "Can you hand it over because I don't want the bullet to hurt any bystanders when they bounce off."
That's funny.
That's really nice, but also, oh my god, it's so scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
Did he die?
I'm back.
No, he was
Then it's
fine after
funny.
that.
Wait,
Did he die? No, then it's funny.
What did I do? I want to just
one of the actors for Superman a fan pulled a gun because he wanted to test like Superman's vulnerability, and he instead walked up to the dude like Superman, was like, "Hey, listen, don't do it because a bystander will get hit by the like ricochet of the bullet. Don't do it."
Chad, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Chad.
That's horrifying.
Chad move. Balls of steel from the Man of Steel himself.
But also, God, I hope that person got some help.
Yeah.
Me too.
So this is the 1950s, guys.
Yes, but I'll say the banana fact again because it was very short.
Oh.
Okay.
The melting point of a banana is 213 degrees Celsius.
Bananas have a melting point?
Yeah,
Everything has a melting point.
That's fair. I just never thought about that with a banana.
That's pretty high. It's pretty high. Is it high? I don't know.
I mean, the peel will definitely burn before it melts.
Yep. Does fire have a melting point? No, fire is a plasma.
Good.
I feel like I should have known this property about bananas, considering all the baking I used to do.
Melting is the act of a solid turning into a liquid, and fire is neither of those things.
What is the melting point of the human body?
Depends what part of it.
Why are we?
Hair will melt much. Eyes will melt much faster than skin, if that is your question.
We're gonna get in trouble.
Listen, for all the shit I've said throughout all these streams, you can make a 5-minute compilation of Yarrow just saying things out of context.
Some call plasma the fourth state of matter. I subscribe to that.
Yeah.
I thought that's just what it was. That's what they taught in school, right?
It kind of is, kind of isn't. Plasma is one of those.
I love this question. What is the melting point of wood?
It's on the council. It wasn't given the rank of master.
Right. I remember I had a semantics argument with my brother that we were arguing the state of matter plasma versus the plasma in your blood. Oh. And I was like, no, plasma is the thing in your blood. And he's like, no, plasma is like further than gas. But we were both right.
Yeah, no, it's both things.
Which leads into my belief that Avatar: The Last Airbender isn't bending the elements; they're just bending the states of matter. Air is gas, earth is solid, water is liquid, and then fire is plasma because it also bends lightning.
Then how do you explain metal and lava bending?
I do not explain it because
solids
I do
and
not
liquids.
explain it because it does not fall into my theory, so it doesn't exist.
Well, metal is solid bending, and lava is
but lava isn't technically solid.
Isn't lava like bending the rocks with the lava or something?
Yeah,
the same thing for metal.
It's like a transitive property.
Which should be called magma, not lava.
Well, okay, it's lava if they're bending it above the ground. If they're physically bending it above the ground, it's lava. But if it's still under the ground, it's magma.
Oh god, my brain was not prepared for semantics.
They are bending it at such a high velocity that it turns it into magma. Okay. Like you're basically like squishing it and making the molecules vibrate so violently.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because it is still technically rock.
Yeah.
Waterbenders can bend
the same thing for metal.
Water and fog.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know if this will be spoilery for any of you guys who have not been reading the Avatar comics like I have, but Toph figured out like lava bending at some point in those comics. I remember that.
I could believe that.
And metal bending was explained because of the impurities in metal, like the actual like pieces of earth in the metal that you could actually move and bend metal.
I like that.
I mean, there's been earthbenders that could bend minerals like crystal. Like that's all fucking King Boomy did. So
I like that all their
Boomy did it, Aang did it.
I like that all the like extra stuff in like all the rules in Avatar just makes sense. Even when there's like new stuff, it's like, oh no, that makes sense. Like that's extensions.
I have been on such a kick lately because I've just started rewatching the entire series again, and just because that nostalgia, man. But God, that show's just animation is so fucking pretty. I love all of the fighting choreography in it so much. It's so good.
I still maintain that season 3 was the best season of Korra. I really love that season.
I have not finished Korra yet. I'm sorry. I've been lagging behind. I'm chewing through it now. It's just really hard to get through the first season.
Get ready for an even worse second season.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate. First season is actually really good.
I don't. It's
That's what
slow.
I believe. I believe first season is really good, and it's really cool to see the political nature of benders versus non-benders.
Yes,
Well, and I'm into the story because, especially because I followed the comics, and a lot of what's in Korra is kind of referenced in the colony Udao. In the comics, there's a really big conflict between the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom over that colony that kind of alludes to the rest of the political discourse between benders and non-benders later on in the series.
Yeah,
I think
Davy, finish your thought, and then we can get back to the game.
Yeah, sorry.
I think that the first season of Korra has the same problem as the prequels of Star Wars, which is they're very, very good in concept, but then a romance plot ruins everything.
Just about. Yeah, fuck Mako.
God damn it.
My least favorite character in
that's
that.
literally the problem.
Yeah,
Do not
that's the
fuck
problem.
Mako.
Yeah, don't fuck Mako.
Hello.
Anyway, so yes, we can return to the game.
Nothing.
Starting. Let's see. Yeah, Cammy, I got your message. So we may begin again, starting with Enoch.
Oh, hello.
So, let me just make sure that that's still the... Okay, Enoch, so you're tinkering away, you're crafting your next invention, yeah?
Yes. My next two inventions, actually.
Two inventions, okay.
Yeah. One for my artificer, the one for my gunslinger.
Okay, so...
Because I've been planning this.
All right, okay. And while you are slightly interrupted by someone entering the door, and you hear heavy footsteps. Not the same ones as Serene.
And looking up, who does he see?
You see a tree folk of some kind who kind of stops in his tracks. I'll show it to you. And he just stops and holds up both hands. I'm sorry, was I interrupting something?
Actually, no, perfect timing. Can you come over here for a second? I need you to lift this.
All right. Okay then. He comes on around and helps you with some of your task. It makes things a lot easier, at least on the physical part of it.
All right, lift with your knees,
Okay. Are you
Yep,
Enoch
yep.
Solomon?
I am, and I slide some of the amber under this piece of metal. It's like, okay, down.
Are those barkhide beetle wings?
Used to be. All right, what do you want?
You see that his face scrunches up a little bit at that. Well, I heard that you are coming into town recently. And I've been keeping track of some of the things you've done around the kingdom. And I think you could be of good help for me. He extends a hand
looking
out.
around the workshop, a bit busy.
Well, whenever you have a chance. And he extends a hand out. Magnus, I'm an adventurer like you, traveling around, doing tasks.
Okay.
I guess you don't take his hand then?
No.
No, he just sits there awkwardly.
Who you are.
And he scratches the back of his head a little bit. Okay, maybe a bit forward. Have you ever heard of the Protectors?
I take 2 steps back. Somewhere around, I don't know, 5 feet. Actually, yes, I have, and I pull out objection.
Oh,
Yes!
He lifts both hands.
Oh.
I'm not a part of them, I promise.
Insight.
Go ahead.
For once, me and Enoch are on the exact same wavelength.
19.
You see him, he's holding both his hands up. He seems pretty genuine, and it seems like you can tell from his intent that he is looking to work with you on something. You can see that he doesn't look hostile at all. The only weapon he has is a single sword on his side, but he has extended his arms far beyond, and you could easily outgun him if he reaches for it.
Do it.
So, by the way, I'm just down to like a straight sleeveless shirt if he could see what is ever under all of this.
Right.
Like he would notice the large scar where the metal and the arm attach, as well as like multiple different like wounds up and down his arms and along his collar.
Okay. I have heard that they are running amok in Chester City, and that I, having looking into you and your friends, know that you might want something that I know in return.
Context. I need context.
It is to my knowledge that you are traveling with the witch taker, Nathaniel Gainsby. Is that right?
Kind of skeevy, snake-like, or yellow outfit, bit of a bitch.
And I know that some of his tactics are underhanded, and I would like to bring it to the light.
Oh, God. Oh, divine providence it is. And he holsters the gun.
He still keeps his hands up.
Looks at him. And wait. Well, I can't ask for something if I don't give something. It's kind of the fair trade around here, I suppose.
Which is why I want you to assist me.
Why is it that you believe that Nathaniel Gainsby is such a dangerous man?
I have reason to believe that he has employed necromancers.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. All the time. And I'm fucking pissed.
His eyes go wide. You know of this?
Of course I know of it. I saw him do it, like, 5 days ago.
Out of game, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
what?
you didn't see him. You just know that he took them to the Royal Guard.
Yeah, both Renee and I both
Yes.
said we were putting them
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
arrest.
Me
Yeah,
or don't
sorry.
know.
Sorry,
That's
that's
why
my
it
thought.
was-
That's
that's
always
why
been
it
my
was
thought.
like-
No.
No. That's why.
Sorry.
That's why Nathaniel was like to Cyril and the other dude to lay low because we don't know.
Yeah,
Me and
you don't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry. My thoughts were much different.
Okay.
Right, let's rewind a little bit.
rewind.
Rewind that.
Rewind. Retcon.
Okay, to be more specific on that kind of nature, I would have taken more preference to sending necromancers to their death. He finds it more profitable to send them to the guard. And if what you're saying is somewhere along that line, that would make a lot of fucking sense.
He tilts his head a little bit at the mention of sending them to their death. I did not think I was going to work with a vigilante executioner.
Listen, when you do what I do on the border, there's a lot of... Listen, I'm just along a certain different kind of cut. What I'm trying to say is that I've never taken much preference to certain people that have made active and very terrifying advances on this country.
Like executing people without a fair trial, and he just kind of squints his eyes at you and starts to lower his hands a little bit.
What I do is nasty business, I understand.
I
Don't get me
see,
wrong.
then perhaps you are just as dangerous as he might be.
Well, to be more accurate, things are starting to fall along different lines nowadays. Listen, I've been dealing with a lot more than, just necromancers. I'm also dealing with a lot of, personal issues. So if I can end up working those out, perhaps, just maybe, just perhaps, I might be able to help.
Give me a persuasion.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to kill necromancers. I'm having personal issues right now.
He lowers his arms now down to his sides, and he has completely relaxed his stature. I don't think I do want to work with you anymore.
Well, listen, if that's not something that you want to do, understandable. I'm just not in the mood for killing anybody right now.
He
honestly.
tilts his head at that.
I'm not in the mood to kill necromancers right now, honestly.
Well, if
Is that
you are
better?
in...
Do you feel better?
Well, if you are ever in the mood to stopping some bandits from running amok,
Oh,
he hands you a kind of runic stone. Here is a sending stone.
Oh, fantastic.
I have some
never actually
information.
seen one of these before.
I have some information on him, and if you help me, perhaps I can help you. After you help me deal with the protectors, I can give you the dirt on Nathaniel Gainsby. But we have to talk about this whole, and he just kind of like lifts a finger up and down, issues.
Trust me, I got a parasite. It's like working it out.
He just holds up one hand. I don't think I want to know.
Good. What's your name again?
Magnus.
Magnus. Good. All right. Nice to meet you, Magnus. Now, if you would so kindly leave me to the rest of my work, and I will get back to you before the end of the day.
Very well.
How's that for that? Fantastic. And he pockets the stone, and he goes back to hammering out the rest of the metal and lathing, and also creating his maker's mark.
Okay. He leaves the church, and, right beside him, you just hear a familiar voice. Oh, hello. Can I give you the good word of Erithus? No, thanks. Oh, okay. And Serene walks on in. I got the best I could. It seemed like you had a bunch of metal on you already, so I got some wood. You can see Serene has got a very sizable just plank of wood. It's about like almost as big as her, and maybe like a foot in diameter and 2 feet in width.
Oh, good. And for the sake of a lot of other things, let's see how good your hands are. And he shows her the design for the buttstock.
I haven't made anything in many, many years. I don't know if I'd be of much help.
And he walks over. Hey, it's okay. We got plenty of wood here, and whatever mistakes get made.
No, I mean,
right?
I just... Please... promise me...
Sure.
She just puts both her hands on your shoulders. Know that I am following in the Great Builder, and that whatever I do is in her name.
I see.
And she slowly starts to take off her silk gloves, and you can see black veins leading from her fingertips up her hands. I've never raised, but I have dabbled. All in the name of the Great Builder, I promise. And I do want to help you.
And he grabs hold of both the hands, and he brings them close. I've seen those who've had better intentions, like you. Is this what my mother fought for?
She averts her gaze.
You can always answer me honestly. If you were her truest confidant, is she doing this because she knew that this was the change that needed to come?
She nods. They called her a heretic because she took in many that no one else would, including me.
Grabs hold of the hands just a little bit tighter, but not violent. I made a promise. We are to carry on her work.
She looks to you and you see tears rolling down her cheeks. Yes.
We're gonna do good work. We need to know how to not only understand this, I'm holding up the hands, but also how to work around it. We can grow. And that is a very recent revelation I've made. And why I'm so confident in what I am going to make will change the nature of things for the better.
You hear Alter speak up in a quiet shout, as if he's trying to shout as loud as possible, but it's as whispers in the back of your mind, as if he's being blocked out by something. No, we cannot! Her hands have been tainted!
We'll find a way around it. Always. That is what we do. In the name of the builder, we build around. We make the foundations. We grow stronger. Magic just reinforces, but it's what we make with these hands. And he grabs her gloves and he puts them back on hers. It's what we make with these that make us better, stronger.
She smiles at you. Yeah, but I do kind of need to take these off. I can't really work with these gloves.
Sorry. Oh, fair enough. Yep. Pulls it back off. I'm almost done, but I just need a few more pieces to be put together. And
so
he begins to show the last of the designs. It's not too far off.
Okay, she is going to assist you in this, and real quick, give me a crafting check with advantage. Serene helping you out.
Mainly because my crafting ability is my sleight of hand, so...
Okay, show me the sleight of hand then.
Advantage. 15 and a 10.
With a 15, you work away, hammering away, molding pieces, carving out wood. But something is deliberately sabotaging you. Alter. Meanwhile, next on the list is going to be Luna, since I lumped Renee and Nathaniel together. I hope that's okay.
That's fine.
And Luna,
okay.
you get a message from an unfamiliar voice. Hello, my name is Rahir. I am an employee of the witch taker Nathaniel Gainsby. Am I to understand that you are Luna?
I bet she was
Yes,
walking and talking.
Jesus Christ, he has to cast 2 now?
He's confirming it's Luna! When you're casting that spell for the first time, can you imagine if you said it to the
He
wrong
has
person?
to know who it is to cast the spell!
I feel like Luna was just kind of like she was walking and having a pleasant conversation and then just stops because this voice just entered her brain. Yes, and who are you and what the hell does Nathaniel want?
You see that Scorpio stopped. What is? Oh no, are you being advertised to?
Peasants. No, I think Nathaniel's trying to call me. He just had to use the most annoying voiced person ever to do it.
Be careful about giving out your name in the future. There are lots of people trying to sell things.
Oh God. Oh God, no, I haven't had to deal with that yet. What have you been doing?
Marketing.
Hello, I'd like to talk to you about
Modern
this
magic
extended
marketing.
warranty.
Okay, no, never, ever. Okay.
He wants you to meet him at the Unwritten Shores.
I will meet him after my job today.
Point of order. If I remember correctly, I asked to meet everybody at the warehouse because
Oh shit! Yes.
the protector is
Either way,
going there.
Either way, my response is the same. I'm on a job. I will be there when I'm done.
Okay. Awesome possum.
Great.
So,
Just like rubbing her temples.
so yes,
Okay.
you had the directions that were given to you to find Creighton, right? Or Clayton or Creighton?
Clayton.
Clayton.
I think it was Creighton. Was it Clayton?
Oh, it's Creighton. My bad. It's Creighton with an
Creighton.
R.
Creighton. Okay. Along the way, I will basically be explaining this much. I don't know if this is a swords job. It's more just a persuading job. But thoughts are useful because apparently this person is doing what sounds like not so good things instead of helping the people of Justice City. I'm not really sure what to expect. We should just be careful. Yes?
Good deal. Okay. Might be good. There's a lot of help that needs going around. And you can see that Scorpio just looks around. You can see that there are a few homeless people just like as you walk by, just living on the streets, asking for alms.
Now, I want to know, is this a recent spike in homelessness in Chester, or has this always been how it's been?
You can give me what's your history score?
Not great. But I've been here for a while. It's +1.
You can well, having been familiar with the town, you would know that this has been a regular occurrence, that, you know, there's a lot, you know, for as big of a city with the riches, there's, you know, for every rich merchant that has made it in Chester City, there are about 20 who are struggling.
Sadly, I'm not sure there's much anything about the city that can change that. It's always been that way. It's terrible, but it's how it is.
You reach the address as given to you, and it is a quaint little place, just a very humble looking a kind of apartment, kind of in between some other buildings. It is an apartment room.
Let's see how you trial as my partner for the first day, yes? And she'll kind of nudge him with her elbow before, I guess, we go up to knock on the door.
Of course, my lady. Yep. You knock, and you hear kind of a muffled, "Coming!" And a very young-looking fire genasi opens the door. You see he's well-dressed.
Oh,
How dare you? They're adorable.
why is he so fucking hot?
And this was made by Cammy.
Because he's a fire genasi.
Okay, that explains everything.
Thank you, Cammy.
And he creaks the door open a little bit. You can see his entire head. Good day.
Yes, hello.
Oh,
Bringing...
are you the new neighbors? Here, I've been cooking up some tea. It's a special blend I made
yeah.
myself. Here, come on in.
I'm so sorry. We're not neighbors, but more messengers.
Oh, well, I don't get much messages. Who from?
Say Annabelle.
Oh. You can see that his smile just fades, like, almost instantly. Oh. Sage Annabelle. Yeah, what'd she say?
She wants you to return.
He starts to creak the door, like, closer to close a little bit. I don't want to.
Can I insight this to see if it's dislike towards Sage Annabelle, or is it something a bit more sus?
You can give me an insight.
Okay. Let's go. That's a 12.
You look him up and down, and you can see that there's concern on his face, and he can tell that you're looking over him. Listen, Miss Annabelle, she's a right true beacon of hope for the people of Chester, but I can't do what she does. I mean, I can, quite easily, in fact, but every day, hour after hour, Creighton, the king needs you to identify an artifact. Creighton, a new adventurer, needs this curse lifted. Creighton, help this person. This one needs a spell. This building needs mending day in and day out. I'm tired of it.
Luna's expression that was kind of, like, you know, business friendly, it softens to one of, like, understanding. Like, I can understand that. Is there anything you want me to take back as a message then for her?
You can tell her that I'd like to start living for me.
May I ask what you moved to doing then?
Well,
If you're not pursuing divination?
making tea. Would you like some?
Sure.
I've been growing my own herbs. Here, come in. And he leads you in, and it's a quaint little place. There's a bookshelf on the side with various different types of books. Scorpio walks in with an impressive whistle, you know, like, he's like, wow, this place is right spiffy. And he hands you, you can see that there is a pot kind of over a fire with various different ingredients on a shelf that has been, you know, crushed up, mixed, and all this stuff. They're like pots and bottles on a table, kind of just messy about, but the rest of the place looks clean and pristine.
So does this seem like potion brewing? Does it seem like alchemy?
No, looks like it's not any
Yeah.
sort of alchemy or anything. This is just tea.
Oh, this is delightful.
Yeah. After one time, one of the royal family had me brew up something for them because they were having a bad day. They had to give some sort of speech, and I thought, that was fun. I want to keep doing that. And he looks down to his own cup. He hands you, both you and Scorpio, one.
Thank you.
It's a special blend I'm working on.
They'll try it.
You taste it, and it's a little on the dull side. It tastes like it's missing something. It is sweet and nice and tasty, but it's missing something, some kind of tang.
Can I ask what you blended with this?
Well, just because I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it.
I mean, what did you blend? What is the blend? What is this made of?
Various herbs and something I got from a funny-looking goblin. Found him in the market the other day.
What was this goblin's name?
Oh, I didn't quite catch it. He was a funny little fella.
Please, we can't complain.
I think I may know who this goblin is. I might have run into him before in Belkinus proper.
Oh, if you have, could you tell him to find more of those herbs? They're a right good ingredient.
I think I can. Where in the market did you see him? Was he just wandering around, or does he have a stall?
Oh, he's got a soul. And he just gives you the general directions. You know where to find this goblin now.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's gonna be shenanigans later. I'm so sorry to ask. I know that I understand no longer wishing to work a job that you find dull. But I'm trying to get something looked at professionally. And Annabelle is doing it now, but should she not be able to, would there be anything I'd be able to pay you to maybe have a second look?
He just looks down at his cup and his shoulders slump a bit.
It's perfectly fine to say no to me. I'm not asking. I know this is not your business. This is more someone reaching out for help myself than asking you to identify something meaningless that I found in a treasure trove. This is something very personal to me.
Perhaps at a different time I would have taken you up on that offer. But I already swore off. I want to start doing things for myself.
Well, if you ever do decide to sell this tea blend, I do frequent Chester City quite a bit. I'd love to get some.
Puts one finger to his
Going
chin.
to sell it.
That is a thought.
You'd probably open a fairly impressive tea stall.
But I do need to fix this blend up first. It's not quite there.
It needs something bright. Something
Bright? Takes out a notepad out of his jacket and writes it down.
Something acidic. Some sort of acid. Orange or citrus, maybe.
Citrus
Lemon.
fruit. Ask the market for lemons. Well,
I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'm sorry that we came to you under these circumstances. I do hope the next time I see you it can be a bit less of a cordial affair.
miss,
Yes?
I want to thank you for not insisting. So many people nowadays telling me what I should be. It's nice to find someone who accepts me.
Everyone deserves to follow what their own passion is. Nobody should be stuck doing something they don't want to do. Your choices are your own, and you make who you are.
You can see he has a big grin from ear to ear, barring a bright smile.
We won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for the tea. It was lovely.
Of course.
Be sure to make sure that Sage Annabelle hears your message loud and clear.
He just has a softer smile now. Thank you.
I hope to see you again.
He leads you out the door. And Scorpio looks at you. Wow. I really thought you were going to, I don't know, push them into submission or something.
I think when you mentioned before that you didn't know how much longer you could be hunting, it made me do a bit of thinking myself. Not really sure how much longer I can keep doing this either.
He takes your hand. Well, whatever it is you end up doing, I'll be there with you.
I'm not sure. I'm glad you'll be there.
I mean, someone's going
I'd
to
expect.
someone's going to have to catch you when you stumble.
And save you from wargs, probably.
Oh, not that again. All right, you head back to Sage Annabelle, and we're going to go back to the top of the round with
Woo.
Renee and Nathaniel. Though I will
Yes.
ask ahead of time, are you just waiting for the rest of the party? Because if that's the case...
A wide shot of the four of us.
I
swear,
don't
thought she'd
like
be here
the
by now.
idea of waiting for them because it sounds like whatever this is happening is urgent. So probably after a little while, Renee's probably just like,
Well-
I don't think they're coming.
So luckily for us, we are at the spot I believe she is going to, because this is the only spot she has said she, like, this is literally the only place she can be.
Yep.
We haven't left the Warforged place. We were going to go to the inn, but that's no longer the plan. Like, she didn't go
right.
with that at
You
all.
said to
So we're
meet
just
at the
here.
Warforged place?
Yeah.
We said to meet at the hotel, but we've been staying at the Warforged. We told Luna to go to the Warforged, but
And the message has
Chris-
yet to reach Enoch yet.
Yeah,
Yes,
and because
we told-
Castiliana basically said, screw you, I'm doing my plan regardless, like, the
Yeah.
bet is that she's going to end up coming to the Warforged place anyway.
Yep.
So a little bit of possibly soft retconning.
All good.
What I had said by the end of my turn was I wanted fucking not Cyrus, but the other one, because that dude
Julius?
can cast sending. Yeah,
Yes,
Julius.
Julius can
I
cast
asked
sending.
Julius. Yeah, I asked him to send a message to Luna saying, "Hey, get Enoch," and then specifically I said,
shit!
"Get the
Yes,
angry
yes.
cowboy,"
Okay,
and then come
I'm
to
sorry.
us.
That's on my end. Yes, Luna, you would have heard that. That is my mistake. I'm sorry.
With that said, I'm fine with everything else that happened. If we need to wait a little while longer, we can. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
We can just go right back to. I mean, sorry, if Cammy, like, it's up to Cammy. I can wait.
Fancy. I'm antsy pants. Like Renee's antsy pants. She doesn't like the idea of them fucking up. It's very rare that we fuck up.
I'm gonna break.
Have to be. There's nowhere for us to go.
I'm gonna break immersion, and
Okay.
just be straight up front. I am struggling with finding a way to get the party together. So
With the correction to the sending after I talked to the Genasi, I would have just gone to go look for Enoch if that helps at all.
okay, yes.
After you talk to Genasi, okay.
I'm going to ask if Cammy and Davy, if you wouldn't mind waiting a little bit longer
I can
for me to
wait,
give
yeah.
Enoch and Luna just one more scene each before they make it to you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Get this all
That gives
together,
me time
yeah.
to go to the bathroom, and then we can do our thing.
Okay, awesome.
Woo!
In exchange, I want to level up to 20.
To 20. Oh boy.
Oh fuck! What happens to a level
Alright.
20 Echo
So,
Guide? I need to look that up.
All right, I'm going to the bathroom. No
So
problem.
Enoch, actually first we're gonna do Luna again, because you go back to the Wizard Tower to sage Annabelle. And as you walk in, you can see that the entire room, from the organization of it, has gone to a mess. There's papers strewn about the place, books on the floor, and you just hear rustling and rumbling and just like shouting, "Oh no, you get back here!" And you can see just like sliding across the room, you see Sage Annabelle holding on to your sword as it just like drags her around the room. "Hi there, I'm a little bit busy just trying to divine the sword."
I'd like to help grab it.
Yep, you can give... Actually, at your presence, as you move closer to the sword, it stops, and she just like flumps to the floor with it. Oof. Ugh. I don't know what you did to get this thing, but it has given me so much trouble.
I could tell you the story, but it's long and complicated.
I would just like to know, were you able to convince my student?
No. Your student made it very clear that they no longer want to devote their life to this, and that they want to live for themselves, and they have every right to. So I will pay for whatever price I need to have this sword looked at. Without.
Give me a charisma check real quick.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful. Oh, shit!
You present this philosophy that Creighton had to her, and you can see that she squints her eyes and stomps. That conniving little... Does he have any idea how much he could...
I think he does. He just doesn't care if he's not happy.
She lowers her shoulders a bit.
Isn't everybody entitled to that?
She lowers her shoulders and stops mid-sentence and just looks off into the distance. You're right. He's been in this tower far too long. Here's your sword. That'll be 5 gold pieces. Now, what I did learn is that whatever's divining in this thing is part of a whole, and that whole includes you. There is something akin to the Raven Queen attached to this sword, but the source of it is not in itself, but its user.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually.
And I was able to divine that should the user be completely separated, i.e. death, this sword is no more than a regular sword.
So if I were to die, this is just a sword again.
Exactly.
I don't suppose you managed to find anything that was akin to a spirit? inside of it?
Nada. No soul. No further enchantments.
Okay. That's fine.
Whatever it is that you've got, darling, you'll just have to go find a proper priestess.
I'll have to wait. Thank you.
Of course. If you ever want to come here for any services that don't involve a flying angry sword, I'll gladly sell you some of my wares.
Thank you. And I am sorry. All of this acting up with this blade is new. So, I'm sorry about that. Next time, if I ever need anything looked at, I won't leave.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of mending to do.
Right. And I want to just... As she walks away, I'm just gonna leave like an extra gold on her desk. Like, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I apologize. And then I will head to I believe the Order of the Gear is where Enoch
At
is.
the Church of Erithus. Yep, you're able to find where that is, and that is going to lead us to Enoch. And you have a mostly finished... From the outside, I'm just going to get rid of this turn order, because after this, the party's going to be together. Enoch, your design, this thing, is from the outside and the untrained eye finished, complete. It looks like it could function, but you know something's broken with it. Something's off. An altar has messed with it. He has sabotaged your design.
Serene, can I get a moment alone?
Of course, Enoch. And she puts her gloves back on and heads outside.
And I begin to look around for something flat, a piece of metal, like small and circular, almost coin-like.
Yeah, you can probably find a sheet pretty easily.
Yeah. And I take this stamp and I stamp it on one side.
Ah.
And I tuck this metallic piece of coin under my thumb and finger. And I draw out objection.
Okay.
Altar.
What is it?
No, you look me in the eye. And I'm staring across the table, almost like trying to project him across.
You see his visage there, staring you back.
We've often talked about the ground rules of what happens around here, but I need to make something absolutely and dangerously clear.
I tuck the coin in further.
Do you know the difference between a king and a horse?
And I'm not talking about the understandable things.
Like one's an animal or one's a man.
Spit it out.
It's based off of instinct. One makes decisive action, and the other leads the other into battle. Where do you think you stand? Are you a horse or are you a king?
I guess you'll find out soon enough. And his visage disappears.
Nope. I force him there.
All right, give me a wisdom check.
He needs to stay. We're having this talk.
Yep, you keep him there. No! I'm done talking to you.
No, because I'm not done talking to you. My instinct tells me to do what is right, what is necessary. Your instinct tells you to survive. That is what an animal does. You are a horse.
What is your intent? Yeah, I was going to ask, what is your full intent?
My full intent is to scare him to submit.
Okay. Toss the coin. I'm going to need you to roll an intimidation.
Oh, damn it. Could I do that with advantage, please?
I'm sorry, but no.
Did
Did you by chance use the inspiration you got from riding the Barkide beetles?
I don't remember.
Okay. With a 9, you flip up the coin. It falls to the ground. And you can see Alter's face flash a moment. It's now a face you don't recognize. It's not you. It's someone else. You see Enoch that he's made what looks like a rifle.
I'm a bit busy.
Don't care. We've been summoned by our banana friend.
Oh, a good timing.
Is Scorpio still with me?
Yep, he is.
Cool.
And he just looks. Good gods, what is that? And he just eyeballs the weapon that you have now crafted, Enoch.
Oh, I thought you were pointing towards the machine in the back of me. Never mind. It's just missing one piece. And I can't go anywhere until this is done.
Well, we have to go now. You can come back and finish this. This is important. It's part of the job. Don't make me drag you, please.
He pulls out the sending stone. And puts that on the table. Just give me one more attempt.
We don't have that time, Enoch. We have to go.
It's just one piece.
Is it going to take more than 5 seconds?
Sure as hell hope not.
Okay,
Fine.
Enoch, what are you trying to do?
I am going to try and maneuver whatever this last piece, whatever it is that has been sabotaged, and fix it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to require a sleight of hand, DC 23. You can make that.
Oh, I know I can make that, but that is... unless I have some kind of advantage. All right. Oh!
Oh God, Aaron, please.
All right. Against all odds, you complete your invention. Congratulations, you've made your rifle.
Oh God.
You may add the gavel into your inventory.
Hold on, I need
We can work out the stats later. But
Yep.
you thumb in a small tiny piece, the coin that you had, and you hear a click, and it's fixed.
And he pulls it up. And he takes it over to the stamp and he puts the maker's mark on the side plate before closing it up. And looking at his two new inventions, by the way, because one is strictly artificer, you just build that.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I have a friend I want y'all to meet.
Perhaps you could introduce us some other time.
We do not have time, Enoch. Come on, let's go. Move your ass. And I'm gonna start pushing him.
I whistle towards my robot and have him come with me.
All right, you made a little robot.
Yeah, he looks like a corgi with wings.
Oh.
That's adorable. No, I'm still pushing him.
Yep. Okay,
Ass out
Luna,
the door. Let's go.
you bring Enoch, and finally the party is back together at the entrance of the abandoned Warforged factory.
Oh,
Cool.
that took you a few moments longer than I expected it to.
I'm sorry. This one was dragging his feet.
Oh,
It's worth it.
on the way there, listen, it's a big story, and there's a lot of things and a lot of pieces, but
I would love to hear a little because we're in a little bit of an emergency right now, and not in a fun, happy-go-lucky kind of way.
Oh, so it's a good thing I brought an extra sword then. Okay.
Yes, it is very good you brought your extra sword.
The
Oh,
Scorpion
by the way, I want y'all to meet Kuro, and I point towards my mechanical dog.
Enoch, Can we do this later, please?
Actually,
No!
now at time, this is an important thing. What is this dog?
He's my mechanical servant. I made it.
It's a.
This is Kuro.
It is a
Say
dog.
hi, Kuro. Yes.
Yep, the mechanical dog just waves. It's a little paw.
Well, I suppose that was important.
He is
Now,
imperative to us.
What's going on?
So
What happened?
Let me explain. So there was a bit of a problem. Earlier today, Scorpio, you remember that wonderful lady that we met earlier who was trying to steal supplies?
Aye, the scalper. He's a protector.
Yes,
Earth
the
Genasi lady?
protectors. Yes.
Oh God,
so-
you ran into her again.
Yes, that's not the end of the story. That's a short part of it. Listen, they are planning something and we don't know what it is, but whatever it is going to happen soon. And it's not going to involve part of their plan because fortunately we found that beforehand. But when I tried to start negotiating with her, she just said, fuck it, I'm going to do my shit anyway. So we're in a bit of a pickle because we
The
don't know
only
where we are or what they're planning.
Okay. The only thing you need to tell me: do I actually get to fight these people this time?
That depends on what we find when we find them. We don't
And
know what their
apart-
plan is. That's the problem. We're trying to find them.
In a perfect world, we would be able to talk to them.
Well, I
However-
don't think we're going to do that. We tricked them with a knife, and now you've said you ran into them earlier, so...
We can
As I
try
said,
it one
seems
more
like
time.
we will.
Time is the charm.
I think that they would like to hear what we have to say. However, unfortunately, right now,
I'm prestidigitating a red cross on both sides of Kuro, by the way.
right.
For now,
For now, I believe that they are going to be here, in this warehouse. Underneath us, there is a warehouse construction silo that they have been trying to renovate in order to create their own warforged, although for what purpose I do not understand. It cannot be good to have your own personal army. At
No.
least not that one too.
so hopefully we'll be able to stop them from whatever they're planning here. But we don't. I'm honestly sort of worried. I don't even know if they're going to come here.
That is another issue. We don't know exactly where she is going to strike. She said that she was going to
Well,
with her plan.
how immediately do we need this information? Because I might know someone. And yes, Joe, I'm invoking I might know a guy.
Okay.
Fairly soon, considering that she seemed very pissed when she responded to me.
Well, me and Scorpio have dabbled our way in the seedier places in the city a few times, and I have someone that I talk to for information. Might not be cheap, whispers are hard to buy, but having two people as persuasive as yourselves might be able to get the price lowered a bit. Name is Rudolph.
Scorpio steps up. Is this the entrance to the factory?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, perhaps we could divide and conquer. You could go out there, I could stake out this place, make sure nobody makes it in without getting through me first.
Insight this man. This
Yeah, go ahead.
where's my fucking character sheet? Give me that fucking thing. Go to character sheet, go to find insight. Insight this man. We only roll 20s in this house.
Except when you rolled that one.
You can tell he's just as concerned about this as you, and he doesn't really understand the extent, but he understands the urgency of it. And he's trying his best to lend his own abilities to help you out in whatever way that he feels that he can.
Very well. In that case, you can remain here and defend the place. Is there anyone else that you would like to keep with you?
He just
prefer-
eyeballs the Robo Corgi a bit, but trying not to look like he's looking at it.
Come on, you can pet him. You can pet him. He won't bite much.
Could I just you know, he just someone to keep me company, you know.
Enoch and Scorpio borrow your dog.
I'll make sure there's not a scratch on him. I'll protect him
Can't
with my
promise
life.
that.
He's taken very good care of the rock so far, so...
You can take care of a rock. I just made this. Look at him.
He holds up both his hands.
probably-
If it's too much, no worries. I can hold off a bunch of bandits on my own.
Can't just rush me out of a workshop in order to go to a meeting. Jesus Christ. So hold on. I might know somebody too.
holding up the sending stone. They said they might have some benefit to help us with the protectors. They came and talked to me earlier today, and I was just like, all right, I'll talk to you later.
They said they would help you with the protectors?
Fantastic.
They would help me with the protector problem as well as various other things, but
Listen, I'm sure
that's neither here nor there.
Well, good. Maybe they could help me guard this place.
Fantastic. We should call them immediately.
Yes, because I'd rather not leave you here alone. You're perfectly capable, and I know that. But I also know these people are incredibly underhanded, and I'd rather you not be used to keep us from kicking their ass.
Very well. I'll be sure to save some for you as well.
No.
I just need to make sure you're safe, all right?
All
I'll
right.
stay with them.
I'm gonna invoke divine intervention and say no more splitting the party.
No more splitting.
And Luna just squints at you like, no, you're not. Absolutely not.
I'll stay with him. All
what
three
is
other
wrong with
characters,
me?
no.
No.
Absolutely not. You are not infecting him with whatever deranged.
You're the only one who knows who this guy is, then maybe then we're going to have to all meet him together.
Allies, we are wasting time. But before we go, I need to give you one of these. And I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I'm going to pull out the Warforged Souls.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot to grab those.
Where the fuck did you get those?
We literally just told you we were in the Warfault area. These are essential to making them. Long story short.
These are the souls of Warforged. They are essential to operating the machines down there, and I am certain the Protectors will want them back. I am going to keep one. Renee, you will have another. Luna,
Take it gladly.
you will take the third. Guard these things with your life, because the Protectors will take yours before they take it.
Oh no, I'll take this before they even get and begin to take mine, and I'll put it in my bag.
Well,
And
I can
for
only
Enoch,
imagine one place to be extremely unreachable. And I take off my hat, and I put it there, and I put my hat back on.
He did
I
give
did
you
not
one.
give Enoch one.
You didn't give Enoch.
I did not give Enoch one.
Well, I thought you said Enoch, you take the other.
No, he didn't.
Renee and Luna.
Yep.
Oh.
No. But I will turn to Enoch and I will say, and Enoch for you.
Just gonna send you some stuff about the guy I know. I'm basically invoking.
Yeah, we can do
my
that
steady
after
friend.
session. Session is about to wrap up. We can do that after session.
Cool.
And Enoch. I believe I have information regarding your mother's death.
He puts his hand up in front of Nathaniel. I've already committed myself to the idea of letting her die with her secrets, okay?
Well, then I suppose that my afternoon has been for nothing.
Truly a waste of time.
But what have you committed yourself to about your father?
There's a blank stare.
Oh, okay.
Right. I'm not certain, but I think I know. Well, if you're not very interested in hearing it. And I'm going to turn to Luna and follow her.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm going to say you guys head off in that direction, and we're going to call the session there
All right.
Okay.
for now.
Party's back together, guys. It's fine.
Finally.
We did it!
I'm sorry. Joe, that we
No,
did
no,
this
no.
to you
I'm
for
sorry
2
too. A
sessions.
little bit sloppier on my end as well. But
We all
yeah.
had fun, right? That's all that matters.
So yeah, we're gonna call the session there. Remember, next week is canceled, but the week after will be okay. Once again, that is going to be on the 8th. Is when we return to Belkinus Necro Hunt, when we
Woo.
see where the party goes. And yeah, I'm gonna look for someone to raid.
Yeah, who's on right now?
Let's see, lots of people. I'm taking suggestions as well, though I do see a few people
My
that
buddy
I would
Caleb
like
is
to.
streaming. He's doing a talkie stream, just
Who is?
chatty. Caleb Hiles. He's doing like a chat stream.
Let's see. The Alexandrian is streaming. They're doing a random GM tips AMA. Let's see. Who else is going? Oh, nope, those are the only people I watch right
Actually,
now.
do we
want
want to? I think Yarrow might like this as well. Do we want to raid an artist that I know?
Ooh. Ooh.
They're not doing
Oh.
art right now. Oh, they're playing
Oh,
Psychonauts.
Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin.
Caitlin? Yeah.
Yeah, you want to read
Ooh.
Caitlin
She's,
C37.
Yeah, she's one of my players over on D6.
Yeah.
Hey.
She's
Great
great.
her.
I love her.
She's playing
Let's
Psychonauts
do
2,
it.
which looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that. Thank you everybody for watching. We will see you all 2 weeks from now.
Yee.
Yeah. See you
Bye-bye.
guys soon. Bye.
Ah.
Bye.